Okay, friends, welcome to chapter 4 Business to Business E-commerce. And in this chapter, we're going to talk all about how you can interact with other businesses to facilitate your own business and to serve your consumer better. Remember, this is not B2C, that is business to consumer. That is the business to your customer. No, this is not about that. This is about business to business, how you can make your business better with the aid of other business around you. And we are not talking about partnering with competition out there. We are talking about businesses that you cannot exist without, and this includes your raw material, your spare parts provider, your transportation and logistics provider, and there are many more. Okay, so let's get started. uh, Remember, when I am done with this chapter, I am going to be thinking about scrumptious indulgence in terms of B2B, and we're going to cover what kind of businesses I need to be in touch with, and I need to jot down their contacts and everything. So let's think of your own business. If you have already, I'm hoping you've already thought about your business idea. So let's think of your own business idea, and let me know what kind of business plans that you have made and what kind of projects that you're thinking of, and also think of all the other businesses that are going to help your business grow. All right, let's look at the learning objectives. Describe the B2B field. This is what we're going to be covering by the end of the chapter. You should know all of these things. Describe the major types of B2B models. Discuss the models and characteristics of the sell-side marketplace, including auctions. Then we have describe the sell-side intermediaries. Describe the characteristics of buy-side marketplace and e-procurement. And I also want to talk about, all right, sorry about that. Describe explain how reverse auctions work in B2B. Describe B2B aggregation and group purchasing models. Furthermore, we're going to cover procurement methods, define exchanges, and describe their major types. Describe the B2B portals. Describe third-party exchanges. Describe how B2B can benefit from social networking and Web 2.0. Describe internet marketing in B2B, including organizational behavior. All right, let's get into the chapter Other e-procurement methods. In other e-procurement methods, we have internal procurement marketplace. What is the meaning of e-procurement? Let me describe that in detail. What is the meaning of procurement? Let me explain this to you with the aid of a diagram or a picture. Okay, according to Wikipedia, for procurement means is the act of acquiring or buying goods, services, or works from an external source, often via a tendering or bid process. Okay, this is the main meaning of tendering or procurement. Tendering or bid through tendering or bid process. It is favorable that the goods, services, or works are appropriate and that they are procured at the best possible cost to meet the needs of the acquirer in terms of quality, quantity, time, and location. Corporations and public bodies often define processes intended to promote fair and open competition for their business while minimizing exposure to fraud and collusion. Okay, if you look at these many pictures out here for describing procurement actually means you want to keep the cost of your raw materials low, quality high, and delivery on time. Okay, and you need to make a purchase order which covers your business process costs, business process material resources. That's what you're trying to buy. And you want to keep the quality high, speed high, efficiency high, and the cost low. And to keep the cost low, the marketing is very competitive. You would actually log into websites with these business companies, and actually what you would do is you would bid, or through a tendering process, place your cost and get a lot of equipment at the low least possible price. Okay, you're always trying to cut costs, and you're always looking at long-term relationships between you and the other business provider. Okay, so procurement is the process of acquiring something to help your business. Okay, this is basically what it means. Back to our chapter here: internal procurement marketplace, the aggregated catalogs of all approved suppliers combined into a single internal electronic catalog. Now, these catalogs are available for business to business use only. They are not available, these are not for the customer, directly for the customer. This is like a manufacturer e-catalog, and there are several manufacturers rolled into one catalog, and all the prices are right there for you to compare, and you can easily make a purchase in bulk. Remember, this is a very big order. Well, no matter what you're ordering, for example, if you have a cloth, if you have a merchandising company, you need to order a lot at one time in order to be able to make a profit by selling few. Benefits of internal aggregated catalogs is that it allows you to purchase directly from internal marketplaces without the approval of supervisors and without the intervention of a procurement department. There are several other e-procurement methods, and some of them are group purchasing. This is very common in the online environment. What you do is the aggregation of orders. What is meaning of aggregation? Aggregation is bringing together in large quantities. So the aggregation of orders from several buyers into volume purchases so that better prices can be negotiated. It's like a lot of companies, they come together to purchase to make a lot of purchase from one manufacturer. And since the manufacturer receives an order in bulk, what they do is they keep the cost of they keep the cost of the material down, and in this way all the companies that are bidding, they benefit. So, and there is a threshold after which the manufacturer will not lower its price, and there is a threshold after which it will not increase its price. So that's a threshold of, the aggregation, how much product has been ordered by the customers, by the other business merchants. Internal aggregation of purchasing order and external aggregation of group purchasing, for group purchasing. So these are the two types of procurement methods. Procurement is nothing but acquiring raw material for your business. And this raw material could be anything. This raw material could be cloth, could be paper, could be plastic, could be glass, could be metal, and it could also be service like software engineering and many other services. So you could either do an internal aggregation method in which all the catalogs of all these businesses are aggregated into one, and you are able to compare prices easily, or all the businesses that need to purchase material from this manufacturer aggregate into one united body and make a purchase. In both cases, lowest prices are guaranteed. The group purchasing process goes something like this in the diagram. There are small businesses, they sign up for free service. The small business, the SME specifies small and medium-sized enterprises. SME, that's what it means. The small and medium-sized enterprises specifies what it needs: office supplies, long-distance telephone service, etc. The buyers name the price they are willing to pay. The aggregator groups all requests by category and price. For each item, the aggregator either negotiates with suppliers or uses an e-reverse auction, hoping to meet or beat the requested price. Now, the reverse auction and all of these things will be covered later on in the upcoming chapters, but for now, try to understand how businesses, small businesses and small and medium-sized enterprises, they come together to make a big purchase. In addition, the suppliers pay a negotiated commission for the aggregator. Other e-procurement methods are buying at seller sites, okay, purchasing direct goods, acquisition via electronic bartering, and bartering exchange. And bartering exchange means an intermediary that links parties in a barter. Now, what's barter? In the olden days, let me show you with the aid of with a very interesting diagram. Just hang on a second. A company submits its surplus to the exchange and receives points of credit, which can be used to buy the items that the company needs from other exchange participants. Let's look at this diagram here. Okay, when I Google this, I see the basic definition of barter is the exchange or of goods or services for other goods or services without using money. That's the key point here, without using money. Okay, it's like a trade swap or trade off exchange. If you take a look at the images in the barter, you can see a lot of good things happening here. Check this out. This is a barter. Okay, this is a barter. It's a barter system. You exchange bananas with books, fruits with so this is what's happening in bartering, and there is no money involved. It's usually goods exchanged through goods. And as you can see through some of these pictures, bartering is an age old practice. Okay, people have been bartering for a long time, and what happens here is you fulfill each other's need with the aid of commodities, or with the aid of equipment, with the aid of help from others. Help yourself and help others. Basically, that's what it means. Okay, and that is called bartering. Okay, what is this? Online bartering of skills or knowledge. That's perfect. It means if I teach you how to ride a bike, you will teach me how to play the guitar. If I teach you math, you teach me how to swim. And if I teach you how to make a presentation, you teach me how to, and then the list goes on. So it's a business going on out there. So that's another idea for another day. But for now, bartering is also a form of procurement. Okay, and bartering is common, and it also happens via electronic exchange, and we're going to talk about this more. You have to select an appropriate e-procurement solution. Now this is going to be very fun when I try to apply this phenomena to my own business, my home-based cake business, Scrumptious Indulgence. Let me see what I decide, what kind of resources I need from other businesses to survive, and how am I going to be performing those procurement methods. B2B exchanges, definitions and concepts. Okay, functions of exchanges. You match buyers and sellers. For example, you can't match, something. It's like, I give you something that you need and you give me something that I need. It's not like, you have something that I don't need. I need to exchange, but, I have something that you don't need, but we need to exchange. That doesn't happen. It's matching buyers and sellers, facilitating transactions, maintaining exchange policies and infrastructure. All right. So you can also maintain exchange policies and you can facilitate transactions online. Services provided by exchanges. Okay, this is a community, online community of exchange and bartering. A typical community looks like this. This is an exchange, market maker, and administrator. The community of an exchange, flow of and access to information. Okay, so you have a professional association, you have universities, research institutions, you have government bodies. Okay, here you have manufacturers, contractors, suppliers, sub-suppliers. Here you have dealers, customers, and retailers. And at the bottom row, you have content providers, bank, financial institutions, logistics services, IT providers, and other exchanges. So what you do is, in exchange of these services, in exchange of each other's services, you create an exchange center which offers you an exchange of services needed by the other party. Let's look into this in detail. Services in exchange, these are the services that you may need to exchange. Okay, these are the sellers, A, B, C, D, E. These are the companies, and these are the buyers. Okay, and we're talking about B2B. Both are businesses. Okay, we're not talking about the individual customer who wants to buy stuff in individual quantity. No, we are looking for business to business transactions in which exchanges and order placement and procurement occurs in bulk. All right, so buyer and seller registration, qualification, coordination. So in the exchange service, you register both the buyer and the seller because you need to match their needs with each other. You need to pair them up. Catalog management, conversion, integration, maintenance, communication protocol, translation, electronic interface, electronic data interchange. It's a process of transferring information from one point of communication to another. XML, CORBA, these are all transportation protocols. Sourcing, RFQ, bid coordination, product configuration, negotiation. Security, anonymity, software, groupware, workflow, integration with members, back office systems, auction management, news information, industry analysis, support services, that is financing, payment, insurance, logistics, tax, escrow, order tracking, administration, profiles, statistics, etc. So these are the exchange services provided by exchange sites, and sellers and buyers, they come in this exchange site and they use all of these services to get the maximum profit in terms of buying goods and services at the least possible cost and the highest quantity as possible. Highest quantity, highest quality, at the best efficiency, at the best speed, and at the lowest cost. That is the whole idea of electronic procurement between business to business transactions. Okay, with this I'm going to stop this video, and up next I'm going to continue with the more methods of B2B transactions.